Hi, everybody. It is Pam Leverins, the Brick Wall Coach here, and I am hopping in on Stephanie's live stream Wednesday because this is an awesome opportunity. And thank you so much, Stephanie, for offering that. Um, I literally almost every week say, "Ah, I missed live stream Wednesday, honestly, and I'm disappointed." So this week, I wrote it on my calendar and I wanted to make sure that I got in here. Yesterday was a hectic, crazy day for me, so um, I am proud that I'm able to make it into the group today and talk about um, some of the positive steps to take on your way to success. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Pamela. I'm known as the Brick Wall Coach, and I am a business consultant that coaches ambitious, high-achieving Gen X entrepreneurs on their way to success. And I am so happy, like I said, to be here and be able to share this with you. This is something that I actually wrote a blog about this week. And out of the steps that I came out with in the blog, I wanted to talk about three of them in particular. And the first one is really about habits. So let me make sure everything is working on my side. You have to bear with me just a teensy bit because um, this is a brand new setup for me. Yesterday, my sound and my camera were not working. So I now have a fancy mic set up here that I have to wear, and my camera is not my computer's camera. It's one that I have to have set up kind of here, so I can't really change how it's going. Hi, Stephanie. Okay, so if you can just let me know, because Stephanie is here, make sure that you can hear me okay. And oh, you can. Okay, good. Perfect. Perfect. So it's working. This is great. So like I said, I want to go over 3 of the 10 steps that I kind of came out and talked about in my blog this week. And the first one is on habits. And I am a big habit routine kind of person. I think that it's something that helps me to focus, helps people in general to be able to focus so that you know you know where you're going. You know, there's a roadmap for you kind of laid out. And it's super important to think about the positive habits. When people hear habits, a lot of times they think habits are a bad thing. Habits can be bad, but we're talking about positive habits. And the more that you do these habits, they become routine, and after a while, they are just natural. Like, I now wake up every morning and I meditate and I exercise and I try to have a healthy breakfast. I'm not a huge breakfast person. And I do try, and I take my shower and I do my daily affirmations where I talk to myself in the mirror, and then I sit down and I go over my day's schedule. That's like my routine in the morning, and it's been that way for a while. And the reason that it works for me is because it's going to work different for each person. You have to find what works for you. It works for me because I put it on my calendar. I do time blocking and everything is color coded. And this is what I call all my personal care type of things. It's taking care of me, and I do them first thing in the morning. That way I'm not interrupted by anything. And it allows me to focus and get a better handle on my day. And then I head into my day feeling 100%. I'm feeling good, so now I'm able to show up for other people feeling that way. Does every day go perfectly? Absolutely not. We would not be human if every day went absolutely perfectly. Yesterday was what I keep referring to as hey, I was handed a basket of lemons and I wanted to go in the corner and cry. Literally just curl up in a ball and cry. But I didn't. I made lemonade. So yesterday, my computer was acting up. I lost the sound. I was having problems with the picture. And then on top of all of this, my website decided to crash because, well, a couple of reasons. I think that the traffic, while I was also in the back end working on getting my e-course up and running, the two of those collided and just blew everything out of the water. Number one, I couldn't deal with it because I didn't have my computer. I can't work on my website um, from my telephone. I just can't do it. So I just had to take a step back and breathe. And that's part of who I am. And I think that's a little bit of a helpful tip for people because sometimes taking that hesitation or that blip or stepping back, whatever you want to call it, is super, super necessary. I get caught up in the, hey, everything has to be a routine and I'm thrown out of my routine and now look what happens. But I turned it around and I did things that were not on my actual to-go list yesterday. I was able to look at my marketing for the third and fourth quarter. I was able to tweak that. I went into Trello on my telephone and was able to rearrange some of the cards and talk to my VA that way. And I kind of did other things. So I truly feel like I made lemonade out of these lemons, and that is all part of it. And just taking a step back in talking about these habits, there's three really main components that help me that may be helpful to you. The first one is getting enough sleep. Sleep is so important, and a lot of us are like, we're adults, we can survive on 4 hours. No, technically, you're supposed to get an average of 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. How many of us do that? And I have taken a step back over the last month and really tried to do better at that. And I am feeling better in the morning because of it. So that's one of them. The second one is eating healthy, and that's something I battle with all the time. I'm pretty good about healthy snacking. I'm not so good about healthy meal eating. And part of the problem is because well, there's a couple of things. One, I was doing well when it was just my husband and I. But then when we moved to my daughter's house and stayed with her for 3 months, we had to eat what their family was used to eating. It just was too chaotic and too hectic to do it any other way. So my healthy meal eating was my lunchtime. And then at dinner, I just did what I could do. I ate small portions of whatever it was that we had made for the meal. And that's kind of carried over here to my new home. And I really need to be more conscious about that because eating healthy, well balanced is super, super helpful. And then the third piece of that is exercise. And exercise can range from stretching. A lot of times I just get up and do stretching. I do walking. I practice yoga. There's a ton of different ways. When people would say to me, you need to exercise more. I know when I was going to the doctors maybe 5, 6 years ago when I had a full-time office job and just sat at my chair all day, he would say to me, you need to get up and exercise. You need to, hit the gym. And I'm like, I'm not a gym person. I don't want to drive 45 minutes, hit the gym for an hour, shower, drive back 45 minutes and still have to go to work. he never explained what exercise really was. And working with my life coach last year and the year before really opened my eyes to, hey, I already do a lot of exercise. I just need to make sure I'm making it a routine. And so now, Monday through Friday, that's part of my routine, and it depends on the day. I will, like I said, go walking if it's nice weather, and that's my favorite way of exercising. But I certainly don't mind doing yoga or stretching exercises, or any kind of I'm not a runner. I'm not a, gymnastic type of person. But any of that stuff will fit in. So that's super, super important. And then that all kind of falls under the habits and the routines and just taking care of yourself, making that a habit in your life to put yourself first. And then the second point is, sorry, just reading over my notes over here. The second one is, oh, I like this one. That's right. It's short-term versus long-term. And successful people think long-term because that's a necessary step to do. You, as a business owner, can't get up every day and just say, okay, this is the day before me and this is what I'm going to do. And then tomorrow you wake up and you're going to do whatever else. You have to know that the steps that you're taking each and every day are getting you to the ultimate goal that you have. That's what we're all working on, is getting to the ultimate goal, or the 3 top goals. You have to look a year out. You have to look 2 years out, 5 years out. I even tell people to look 10 years out. Where do you want to be? And are the steps you're taking aligning with those ultimate dreams that you have? And if they're not, then you need to rethink what you're doing and make sure that they do. And then the third point that I wanted to talk about today is the no excuses. And that actually is a couple of different things. No excuses, meaning this is it. You have to do it. You have to have that self-determination not to make an excuse, not to say, like I did. Oh, it's live stream Wednesday, it's 10 o'clock at night, and I didn't get a chance to hop on. Well, guess what? There were 2 more hours before we reached midnight. I could have hopped on then, but my excuse was, I'm tired, I'm already in my pajamas, whatever it is. You have to have no excuses to move on. The other part of that is owning up to your mistakes, not having an excuse. We're human. Everybody makes mistakes, and that's all part of being an entrepreneur. We learn from our mistakes. As a person, we learn from our mistakes, and that's super, super important to learn. Everybody is human. Everybody makes mistakes. People need notes. People, have to talk to other people. Things change. What you start out wanting may not be what you end up wanting. And those are all little tweaks you make along the way. So just have that self-determination that you are going to do this. You can do this. You absolutely can. This is what you are meant to do. So that's what I wanted to hop on here and talk about today, the 3 positive steps for creating success. If you want to hear the other 7, you can hop over to my website. It's brickwallcoach.com. I will put that, I'll add that over here in the comments, or the live stream piece afterwards. Sorry, I didn't do that, but it's brickwallcoach.com. Just look under my blogs. It's the latest blog that came out, and that's it. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for having this great opportunity for me to come in here and share with everybody. I hope everybody has a sparkling day.